Mario Kart DS is a kart racing game in which you basically get to pit all of the Nintendo characters against each other on race circuits that resemble environments from kind of Mario and Donkey Kong games. It's the latest game in a series that I think started out in like 1992 on the Super Nintendo, and the DS version is arguably the best yet, simply because it refines a lot of the existing features from the series. It adds like 3 new weapons, it adds 16 new tracks, it features 16 classic tracks, which are like the best ones from the GBA, SNES, N64 and GameCube games. And it's also the first game in the series to feature online play for up to 4 players. One of Mario Kart DS's best features is that with just a single copy of the game, you can have up to 8 people playing on like a local network. And also the online play, which we mentioned, for up to 4 players, which works really well and is very, very easy to set up. My favourite features of Mario Kart are probably the fact that there are so many unlockable races and karts. You end up with at least a dozen races and well over half a dozen karts to choose for each person. I really like the new weapons. There's one that turns you into a big bill bullet, and you fly around the track taking out your opponents. There's a blooper which sprays ink onto the screens of your opponents who are in front of you. There's also a bob-omb which you can fire off, and it creates like a huge explosion that can take out 3 or 4 opponents at once if you're lucky. I also really like all of the online play. All the multiplayer stuff is great. And I also really like the new mission mode, which features like 54 single-player missions that they're fun challenges, like collecting coins and driving through gates in order and all that kind of stuff. But they also they force you to focus on aspects of your game and work on improving them. So, for example, you might have to perform 14 power slide boosts on a single lap or something. Getting Mario Kart DS Online is a pretty simple process, providing you have a compatible router or you invest in the Wi-Fi USB connector that Nintendo's released alongside Mario Kart DS. Once you're playing online, finding a game is really as easy as you just decide whether you want to look for worldwide opponents, which can match you with people from anywhere in the world, regional opponents, which will match you with people from the same country, friends, which is people from your friends list, or rivals, which is just random people who are considered to be of a similar ability to you. It normally takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes to get a game going with a full 4 people. And if it starts looking like it's going to take any longer than that, the game will automatically just stick you into a game with just 1 or 2 more people instead of the full field of 4. If you've played any previous Mario Kart games, then you pretty much have a good idea of what you can expect from Mario Kart DS. The game's in full 3D. It looks probably most like the Nintendo 64 game, and sound-wise it's much the same deal as previous games too. It's the same kind of soundtrack, and it's just a bunch of weapon sounds, engine noises, and a few choice quotes from characters that they'll shout at you after you blow them up or after they overtake you. I think Mario Kart DS is great value for money because even if you're not able to take advantage of the online stuff, then there's a lot of single player stuff. There's like 8 different Grand Prix for you to race. Each of those has 4 races. You can race those in 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, and another unlockable class. And then there's the mission mode. There are battle games. You can do all that stuff against the CPU if you don't have friends to play against. And even if all you need to take advantage of the multiplayer stuff is just friends who have Nintendo DS's, they don't even need their own copies of the game. I would recommend Mario Kart DS seriously to anybody who has a Nintendo DS. If you remember the older, like the SNES games and N64 games, then this is a chance for you to replay some of your favourite tracks from those games as well as check out new ones. If you've never played Mario Kart before, then you have no idea what you're missing, and this is a great way to kind of acquaint yourself with the series.